what I'm going to show you is how to get that 808 feel from an ordinary loop. In this case, kind of a hip-hop style loop. You may have seen this kind of thing. Prodigy, the amazing Liam Howlett, who would put like a big fat 808 on a break and really make a break sound really massive and big, and that's kind of the backbone of a lot of early Prodigy. This is kind of a similar thing. We're just using one plugin, and you can kind of choose whether separate into different tracks or just use dry wet. So let me just show you. So you've got something like this. Now I've got a bass line that is in the key of F minor. Okay, so I've got lots of notes here, and I've made it in F minor just so I can commit to a key to show you. This kind of thing. That sort of thing. I've got one here. Right, so I'm trying it with some breaks. That's the idea. And then there's this one. I'll just play the break by itself. It's kind of a funny one called, what is it called? My One Is Not Your One. And just to make it easy, I've put the one on this first kick drum. Okay, so, and it's, if you want to know where the break's from, it's from the Chop and Swing pack that comes with all versions of Ableton Live, so you should be able to find it if you want it. So, I'm going to use the amazing drum bus. Now, drum bus, I think it's only in Suite and Standard versions. I've been asked many times, why is there no transient shaper in the Ableton devices? And this has been here since version 10. So, just a quick one there, transients make a big difference to a break like this. I can sort of, it says de-emphasizes the transients, but it's just like attack and sustain. So if you want to make it really tight, pull it to the left. And if you want to really exaggerate or sustain bits, for this kind of break, you can go either way. So I may use that, but what we're going for is this boom section here. So boom is like I said before, that 808 style boom, and the two big parts of it, if you've ever seen it on a real 808, you've actually got a decay on the kick. Emulated quite well with, I've got one of the Korg ones. Oh yeah, there it is. Hang on. Emulated well with the kick on one of the, I mean, this is like the Korg Volca. And one of the things it's got a decay on the actual kick. It's very dusty, this one. You can change the decay to emulate that boom. So it's all of this has come from kind of hardware devices. So on this now, you've got the boom. So what we're going to do, I'll leave the dry wet on full. The boom is on 0. And we said that this bass line was in F. Okay, so we know based around F minor. It's a bass line anyway, but the notes are in the key of F minor. So if I go back to here, the boom is measured in frequency. So when I move this up and down, if you look here, this moves as well. Now, I know just because I'm an absolute geek, F0 is 43.7. Now, by default, usually when you open it, it starts on A. Now, what you can do is if you get it approximately on the note you want, just move it until it says F, and it's got F0 with a minus, so it means it's flat. So if I press this now, what it'll do is it will snap this to that. So if you want to know the frequencies of notes, this is a great way of finding out. So you can actually audition the boom. So if I press play now, you just got my bass playing. Now if I move the boom up, you should get a tone. You can see the bass moving up here now. So there it is. Now I put this tuner here so you can see it is F as it says. And then you might not be able to hear this on speakers. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to double the frequency so you can hear it. And you see now it says F1 plus. I mean, it's a bit sharp. So click on that. Now it's 89.2. And then if I move this decay up to the full amount, and then if I move the frequency down, so you can do some automated bass dives as well. So I know it's about 43.7, but I'll do the same thing. So that allows you to sort of just listen into that. If I bring it back in now, dry wet's on full, and you can still, if I bring the transients down, much tighter. Do the other way around. I'm getting more snare and stuff like that. So as I'm using Ableton 12.2, I'm going to make use of bumps in place. So what I'm going to do is put the transients all the way to the left and basically just kind of make another version of it, run it alongside. So instead of having a dry wet through the actual drum bus, I'm just going to make another sample that's really emphasizing the boom characteristics. So I might even drive it a bit more. Let's have a listen. You can also dampen the high frequencies. Do the dry wet. Very different, isn't it? So I'll do that. So let's have a look at this now. So I'm gonna, I need to remember that I've moved the cursor to start on beat 1, or the loop start to start there. In fact, just to make sure I get it right, I'm going to crop the sample. Shift Command J would have cropped that. And then right mouse click, and you can, this is now Command B, bounce to new track. And there's bounce track in place, but I want to keep everything else there. So if I bounce to new track, it's just going to bounce just the clip that I've selected. This is amazing. People didn't kind of realize that, yeah, bouncing track's been long overdue, but bounce in place just for that particular bit means everything I've got on the original track's in place, including the effect. But now I've got this new copy of it. So if I just solo now, I've got, there we go. So I can leave that where it is. And then if I bring this one in again, you've got to reactivate it, but here's, and then for this one now, I'll just, I mean, I could still tighten this loop up if I wanted to, but now if I bring this in as well, so what you need to do really is, if I go back to here, put the dry wet on, just move, the boom is the amount of the boom. And then so the decay really tightens it up. So if you're using this on more of a house or a techno loop, obviously you don't want it to sustain too much because it'll just spray the bass everywhere. So you can actually bring this back, and then you can obviously automate it as well. You might want it to just now and again just bring out. Lots of ways to automate that. I'll show you in some other videos. But also the boom as well, with the frequency. If I put that on full, the decay on 100%, you can kind of make that sort of sound. So if you do that with the full drum loop, easy to automate that as well. If you just put show automation, that's the boom frequency. So start that at 100 or 90, whichever it is, and then just bring it down. I'll make another quick there. So this will just basically bring that frequency down as you play it. So quick and easy bonus effect for you there. I hope that makes sense. Thanks for watching, and if you haven't already, please do subscribe to the channel. This will help me keep making videos, whether it's Ableton Live stuff, push, move, wherever it takes us. So go on, give us a subscribe right now, quick, before this finishes. Thanks for watching.